Now that we know the benefits of upholding ethical principles in the business, we need an approach for doing so. Ethical tasks are best applied proactively. Reacting to a situation and applying ethics without a clear plan can lead to trouble. To be most effective, you need to design your systems at the outset with ethics in mind. What exactly does ethics by design entail? Most projects follow a life cycle process, and emerging technologies are no different. The projects usually start at the conception, design, and planning phase, and eventually make its way towards implementation and maintenance. Ethics by design means that ethics is considered from the initial design stage. The ethical principles we've talked about, as well as legal principles, are incorporated into the project's requirements and build plan. Similar to privacy by design and security by design, ethical AI must be trusted and secure. So, how do we incorporate these principles into our design? Each organization needs to contextualize ethics by design, even teams within the organizations. There's not necessarily a one design fits all approach. However, there are some common approaches that you might lean on. For example, the IEEE, the largest organization of technical professionals in the world, has an ethics by design framework. It's called Ethically Aligned by Design. This framework provides guidance and recommendations for incorporating ethics into emerging technologies like AI. In particular, it provides methods for ethical research and design. This includes interdisciplinary education and research, corporate practices, responsibility and assessment. Microsoft also has an approach to ethics by design. It's called the Microsoft Research AI Ethics Checklist. It puts forward that AI ethics checklists should influence how organizations implement ethics, including materials such as fairness, non-binary, and transparency. Some examples of checklist items include incorporate regulatory compliance controls on the access and use of personal identifiable information in AI applications. Consider the downstream effect of using AI algorithms and models for benign purposes that can also be used for malicious purposes. Ensure there is explainability in tasks to design and develop AI, as well as the product itself. However, Microsoft admits there are some challenges. It may be difficult to design certain ethical concerns in certain applications. For example, safeguarding fairness in an AI-powered search engine. You also don't want the checklist to be an attempt to micromanage teams and what they should be doing. Checklists can also fail to account for gray areas that require human judgment. IBM also has an ethics by design approach called Trusting AI. It seeks to help organizations achieve their ethical goals in their AI applications. Goals like fairness, explainability, transparency, and accountability. It does this by focusing on how to integrate these goals in the lifecycle of an AI application. For example, it has several open source toolkits to help you understand how an AI system might be susceptible to ethical issues. These include Explainability 360 Toolkit and the Fairness 360 Toolkit. So those are some examples of ethics by design approaches. But what happens when we fail to incorporate ethics by design? Let's look at an example of Google Assistant. The product itself isn't necessarily unethical, but the design methodology was flawed. Google practices what can be called deception by design. Google Duplex is an AI voice assistant feature that enables the AI to make telephone calls on behalf of its human owner. This received some backlash due to the failure to incorporate ethics by design into the technology, as it was meant to be deceitful. Transparency should have been a key driver in the design, and this would have entailed the use of an appropriately synthetic voice, so it's immediately clear to anyone picking up the phone that the caller is not human. Ethics by design means a truly end-to-end approach. It's not just limited to project or systems development lifecycle phases. It needs to be practiced by all departments involved in the development, deployment, and maintenance of the technology. For example, even procurement workers are expected to safeguard responsible use of AI technologies. As we've discussed, there are several approaches out there for ensuring ethics by design. You're not compelled to follow any specific one exactly. You may want to develop your own approach that's more suitable to your business needs. However your approach to ethics by design, the point is that it's a very important initial step in the process for any emerging technology project.